Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
I said no.
No, I have not.
The Truck Show. We're gonna show you what we know. We're gonna answer what the truck, 'cause truck rhymes with the Truck Show. We have the lifted, we have the lowered, and everything in between. We'll talk about trucks that run on diesel and the ones that run on gasoline. The Truck Show, the Truck Show, the Truck Show, whoa, whoa.
It's the Truck Show with your hosts, Lightning and Holman.
This episode of the Truck Show podcast, Have You Heard? Is proudly presented by Nissan. Nissan has a truck for every need, along with the legendary Nissan durability. Test drive your next truck at a local Nissan dealer today, or point your browser to nissanusa.com, where you can use the build and price tool to configure a Nissan truck that fits your lifestyle.
And when you're thinking about adding power or improving fuel economy, Banks has over 65 years of experience. Whether it's cold air intakes or exhaust systems, tuning, throttle control, charge air cooling, lubrication components, and much more, no one offers smarter, safer, 50-state emissions-compliant performance parts than Gale Banks. You'll find the best engineered parts for your truck at bankspower.com.
And when you're looking for quality, full synthetic lubrication for your truck, AMSOIL has you covered with motor oil, lubricants and protectants, grease, additives, and more. AMSOIL synthetic lubricants deliver wear protection, engine cleanliness, and fuel efficiency that conventional oils simply can't match. Find out how AMSOIL synthetic lubricants can save you money and time by helping your vehicles run better and last longer than with conventional oils at AMSOIL.com. When it comes to lubrication, AMSOIL is the leader in synthetics.
There has never been a better time to buy a retractable bed cover at EGR USA.com. EGR just kicked off a huge sale. You can get up to 30% off plus a rebate of $250 on all manual roll track bed covers. Let me say that again. You can save up to 30% off the best roll top tonneau cover on the market, the Roll Track. Plus, get an additional $250 rebate. Hit their online store today at EGRUSA.com.
Hey, Lightning, have you heard that you're leaving?
No. I said no. You can kill all.
What? Say that again.
What?
Say it
no,
slower.
She spoke over it.
No. I'm going to wait.
Have you heard that you're no longer going to be here?
Yes.
Yes, I have heard that.
All right. Hey, Lightning.
Yes?
Have you heard?
No.
All right. Why don't you tell the people the big news if they didn't hear our last episode? This is our last episode of 2024, but if they didn't hear our last episode of...
Why would they have not listened to the last episode?
Because maybe they only listen to short episodes and not the long ones. And that was pretty long. Maybe they haven't gotten to it yet.
That would be weird.
Can you just tell the people?
This is my last episode.
Yep.
This is Lightning's last episode with the Truck Show podcast. I will be focusing my attention on Banks and my wife and two boys.
Oh, you have a family?
They don't know that they have a father or husband because the last 7 years between the company I work for and editing this show, because you and I suck so hard, it takes quite a bit of effort to make it sound tolerable. It's taken a lot of time, so I am going to enjoy life a little more. That's the goal. Back to you.
All right. We're going to miss you. If you want to hear more about the onion cutting that's going on in this room, listen to our last episode. We're not going to belabor that. We got news. Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
No.
Well, then you wouldn't have found out that you might soon be pulled over by a Ford Expedition.
Is it Highway Patrol, State Troopers? What? Who's rolling Expeditions?
The 2025 Expedition SSV is now available for special services vehicle for police. And so that is Ford's big SUV, and they're going to go toe-to-toe with Tahoe for police business. So get used to those headlights being in your rearview mirror.
I know all of the Highway Patrol vehicles, and I can spot them so far behind me.
Yeah.
This is disturbing.
Yeah, you're going to
Now I have to learn a new one.
You're going to have to learn again. All right. Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
Welcome to Barnes and No!
No, I have not.
Motor One has said that the Colorado ZR2 Bison is the best of the best. Made their list, and I
kind of believe that.
It's a great truck.
Yeah.
So, no, that's it.
That was it.
You got short timer syndrome. Yeah,
No, I'm saying it's like I know the Colorado ZR2 kicks ass.
Perfect.
I wish that I could say I had more personal experience with one, but I have, other than seeing them in person, they look really well equipped, interior and exterior. It's the right size if you want to go off-roading and around town. It's like they checked all the freaking boxes.
Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
Nope.
Kia says its new truck
It is ugly.
looks better in person.
No way. Did they actually say no? Did they really? Because that is a butt ugly truck.
The Kia exterior design chief of the
It looks like a shoe.
of the Tasman says, "Well, it takes time to grow on you."
No, it's sort of like a fungus.
They wanted to create something unique, and it was not an accident. But if you read the commentary, it seems like the tide is changing, and people are like, I don't hate it as much as I did when I first saw it.
I hate it more.
Do you?
It's ridiculous looking. Is it not a shoe?
It's gross.
It's like a topsider from 1987.
It's weird looking. Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No, I don't think so.
The Ram 1500 has won Motor Trend's 2025 Truck of the Year.
I kind of believe that, though.
Ram said that their strategy of including 3 very different trucks to the Motor Trend team illustrates the breadth of the 2025 lineup. That includes the Tradesman, the off-road oriented Warlock, and then, of course, the RHO, all with the SST straight 6 turbo of differing power outputs. The standard output is 420, 469, and the high output is 540 horse, 521 pound-feet of torque. And they thought it was a really well-engineered truck, that the standard output straight 6 is 1.6 seconds quicker to 60 than the old 5.7 V8.
That's
a lot.
2 seconds is a lot.
The high output is 2.2 seconds. And while the RHO is slower than the TRX, but only by 0.7 seconds to 60, it's a much more livable daily driver.
What I'm hearing is that as soon as they do a software update or something happens to the RHO, it's going to be the TRX, which is going to suck.
I would think that but you could do that to the TRX to get more power too.
No, I know. If I go to E85 and I do a pulley and a tune, I follow this obsessively. There are guys making over 900 horsepower in that engine without internal mods. That's crazy. From 702 to just shy of 900 without doing pistons, cranks, etc. Like, that's nuts.
One of the comments from Motor Trend was, as a commuter or long-haul tripper, it's hard to beat a Ram 1500, that all the cabins sounded quieter than any other competitor. Outward visibility is exceptional. Power pedal adjustment, A-pillar grab handles cater to people of different sizes. And one of the writers wrote that it just pours itself down the road, and that the Jeep Grand Wagoneer with independent rear suspension, as opposed to the solid on this, isn't as good as far as drive goes. So
now, did they consider,
amazing.
Like you and I have had that the Ram out? It was the Ram, correct, where it had the active noise cancellation, and it was disturbingly quiet. Like,
this is quieter than that.
It feels like, well, that's got to be weird, because it felt like an isobaric chamber.
Yeah, well, this is quieter.
Where you can hear your own heartbeat. It was so
I don't know about
eerie.
that.
It was weird. That is like an unfair advantage.
Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No, I don't think so.
So Tim Kaniskis is in the driver's seat at Ram now, and
I've heard that.
Basically, one of the first things he did was say, we are pushing the all-electric Ram back to 2026, and we're pushing the Ramcharger forward. So the extended range EV, the EREV, will be a 2025 Ramcharger. And it was announced by the brand that it was driven by, quote-unquote, overwhelming consumer interest in the range extended version. And that just people aren't as interested in the battery electric, which I think makes sense. We've talked about it on the show for a long time. It seems like Ram did the right thing and kind of the first to market with that. And it says that with the range extender, which is a 3.6-liter Pentastar, and we kind of talked about why the 3.6 in the past, but they're talking about 690 miles.
Excuse me?
663 horsepower, 615 pound-feet of torque, a full charge, full tank of gas, 690 miles. That's a game changer.
Hold on a second. So that is from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, back to Los Angeles to San Diego, back to Los Angeles. On one
tank.
On one tank and one charge.
Which is why I think they got it right with the range extender. I think hybrids and range extenders are going to be the thing. I don't think the battery electric, because I can go and I can fill up with the infrastructure that exists today.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything different. You know, I can plug in if I have a charge, but if I'm on the road and I'm like, oh man, you can still pull over to the gas station, add a few hundred miles till you can get to a fast charger. And let's face it, at some point you got to sleep anyway, right?
Right.
So if you plan your route accordingly to where you have
not if you've got a lot of meth.
Well, that's true. But I love that you squeezed in the meth joke on your last episode. That was keep it classy, Lightning.
That's what I do.
No, so I think that people have to sleep, and you realize, well, if you can fill up a couple times along the way, and then you get to a fast charger at night while you're at the hotel and have a full battery in the morning, that's probably an acceptable use case for most people. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how it comes out. I'm definitely excited about the new the Ram, and both the gas version and the extended range. Battery electric a little bit, but I think the extended range is the way to go. What I really want to see is what's that going to do to price, though, because now you get two powertrains in there like hybrid.
I don't know. If I were going to guess, low 70s.
We'll see. Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
I mean, no.
Been a lot of discussion about Honda, maybe tying it up with Nissan, and now there's also a report that Foxconn is also reportedly interested in a stake in Nissan.
iPhones, Foxconn?
You'll know Foxconn from iPhones and chips and things like that. The Taiwanese company was in France discussing purchasing part of the company with Renault, which could be interesting. And Foxconn has actually been experimenting with their own brand of cars and things like that, so I could see that there might be some sort of tie-up there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I know there's a lot of rumor, but we'll let you know as it sorts itself out. Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No, I have not.
So if you remember, I told you that the 25 Jeep Wrangler, if you wanted the V6, it was manual only.
And that was kind of cool. That was good news.
Yeah.
But
everybody said, no, I don't want a 4-cylinder turbo. And so Jeep has now added the automatic back to the V6 Wrangler configurator after quote-unquote community feedback. It's a $4,500 option.
You freaking wussies.
The 6-speed still standard, but you can get a manual with the V6 if that's what you want.
It should be what you want. What you want, what you really, really want.
Wow. So Jeep boss Bob Broderoff said in a statement that the brand is reintroducing the transmission, quote-unquote, in response to enthusiastic requests. So that will be the 8-speed that you know and love in the Wrangler lineup. Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
Oh, no.
Nope.
Speaking of Jeep and Nissan, Jeep's former CEO, who was formerly at Nissan, is now back at Nissan as the chairman.
Wait. Say that again. What'd you just say?
Jeep's former CEO.
Yeah.
He was also at Mercedes and was also at Nissan, is now back at Nissan, and he's the new chairman of Nissan of the Americas, Christian Meunier. And so familiar face back in the halls at Nissan. So we'll see what he does with the Nissan brand.
With the Nissan Honda brand?
There's not a Nissan Honda brand.
No, I realize that.
Well, even if they tie up, Renault and Nissan have been tied up, but there's not a Nissan Renault brand. It's just going to be a holding company that has two companies, and they can, technology share if that's what happens. We'll see.
So they keep the brands separate and they share bulk buys.
Well, buys and tech and
we get steel a lot cheaper.
Sure.
Right.
Hey, Lighting, have you heard?
No.
Apparently, the 2025 Ram 4500 and 5500 chassis cabs have been seen in the wild and confirmed, as we reported in the past, that the chassis cabs will also be benefiting from the new 8-speed Powerline transmission, which makes a lot of sense when you look at what...
Since we broke the news here!
That's right.
Right here on the Truck Show Podcast.
So when you look at that specific transmission, the fact that that trans also has the ability for power takeoff on the right or the left side, it's 8-speed versus the 6-speed that was the Eisen that was in there previously, and then it also take advantage of the new Cummins 6.7 architecture and updates, as you would have guessed.
The head and the intake and the injectors and so much good stuff. So here's what's weird. The biggest of all the Ram Facebook groups is Everything 6.7 Cummins. And I don't know why this is. They won't talk about the new engine. I've put I and 2 guys that I know have attempted to put stories.
It's because
into that group.
The embargo is in January, so I think everybody's just keeping their mouth shut till January.
No. This is trying to get leaked photos and get the discussion going. And this particular freaking group will not discuss the new 6.7 engine because either A, this group is run by manufacturers who make parts only for the old engine, or they don't want to discuss the new engine because they don't understand. I don't know what it is, but they have denied all posts talking about the new engine.
Well, probably some lawyers in the mix, I would guess.
I don't know.
Hey, Lightning, have you heard?
No.
So here's something that's interesting. The Jeep Wagoneer Grand Wagoneer 4xe will be arriving in 2026. And you might think to yourself, well, what hybrid powertrain will they have? We know that the Hurricane was designed with hybrid in mind. You would think it would be a Hurricane straight 6 with a hybrid attachment, no different than the 4-cylinder Hurricane in the Jeep Wrangler and Grand Cherokee 4xEs. But no, it sounds like it's going to share the same range-extending powertrain with the Ram 1500. So it's going to be a Jeep
that's
wagon.
better. That's better.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So more to come on that, but it sounds like that will be arriving in 26 model year. So I would say end of next year. Okay. So if you need an SUV version of that nice Ram, Jeep might be the place to go.
I feel like the biggest changes are coming in 26, 27 that have happened in over a decade. I have good knowledge that there's some big changes to GM and Ram happening in 27.
In regards to the heavy duties and the diesels.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying is like big changes are coming, and I'm excited about it.
All right, I've got a couple more stories before we leave. The first one is, hey, Lightning, have you heard?
What? No.
Nope.
Australia's last Hemi-powered Ram 1500 rolled off the line. This is the vehicles that go down to Australia and then basically are converted.
Right-hand drive.
Yep. The last one marks the end of an era for V8 vehicles. The assembly line at Walkinshaw Automotive Group built their last one on December 6th, 2024.
Do you think it's numbered? And is there any extra value in that vehicle? Or is it just,
just the
another
end of it.
one?
Yeah, just the end of the era. But I've got a happy story, I guess. Lightning, have you heard?
Yeah.
The 2025 Dodge Durango is going to keep the Hemi and the Hellcat V8s alive for another year.
Yes.
So Dodge has extended production of the 2025 Durango SRT Hellcat.
I don't like the Durango, but I love the fact that
Durango's
they're keeping
great.
it alive. No. Hold on a second.
Great.
I am
vehicle.
not saying it's not great. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy one. But I am stoked that they're keeping it alive.
710 horsepower will be... remember when they said it was a single model year and then it just keeps coming back?
Yes.
So
this is last call.
And then apparently the V8 powered RT is also coming. So the Hemi is just not dead yet. So I wonder if it's the last gasp, or could we see V8 come back?
Now, do we put the defibrillator on it? It's like, beep,
No.
and all of a sudden it comes back?
Well, Lightning, unlike the Hemi that's been brought back from the dead, I fear that there will be no reviving Lightning on the Truck Show podcast. Is that your final answer?
Jesus, that is super depressing, but it's true.
The Truck Show Podcast is a production of Truck Famous LLC. This podcast was created by Sean Homan and Jay Tillis with production elements by DJ Omar Khan. If you like what you've heard, please open your Apple Podcast or Spotify app and give us a 5-star rating. And if you're a fan, there's no better way to show your support than by patronizing our sponsors. Lightning may have been harmed during the making of this podcast.